how do you know all these inside facts about Spielberg, Copa?
Because my mentor went to college with him and is good friends with Mr. Steven Spielberg. And he sent over a bunch of behind the scenes pictures that he took back in the day when they were in college together. And I believe also when they were hanging out on the set of Close Encounters as well. His name is Roger Ernest, one of the greatest people I've ever met. And he's also a little side note here. He's also Tiffany Thiessen's uncle. So
that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that was the biggest selling point for me to make him my mentor. I had to figure out somehow, some way to be like, hey, dude, like, be my father figure, you know? Will you hang out with me just for a little bit longer?
So I've got some of the photos here.
Yeah. So Raj, my mentor, is there in the middle, trying his best Brando impression.
He looks like a Chad.
Yeah,
he's a total Chad, dude.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And that's Spielberg there on the right. And he's totally just holding up that thing that he's standing by with his foot. You know,
he's in the white jacket, right?
Yeah, he's in the white jacket. I don't know who exactly is that on the left there. But yeah, so him and Spielberg, they did like 3 or 4 short films together. They did Encounter, that was the one that Spielberg turned into Universal Studios, that kind of got Sid Sheinberg to look at him. They also did another film that was incomplete called Slipstream. And they did like 2 others, but Slipstream you can find on YouTube in just like little pieces. I found it today. It's cut like a trailer, and you could tell it's transferred over from VHS. And it has the ET, god awful ET music over the footage, but that's like the only footage I could find of Slipstream on YouTube. But yeah, Raj has been there since day one. Raj had to go to the Air Force though back in the day because he was drafted into Vietnam, and he decided to join the Air Force real quick. And Spielberg went on to be Spielberg, who you know and love. But yeah, they've been in touch ever since. And that's how I got the inside track with Spielberg. And no, he never touched me inappropriately. Yeah, so Raj took this picture actually, and this became the cover to Spielberg's the HBO documentary that series that came out about Spielberg. So this was the cover of it. But yeah, a lot of these shots that not many people have seen. This was probably the most famous one, but
this is very Norman Batesy.
Yeah, it is very
in the chat.
Yeah, it's very creepy. But,
it is kind of, yeah, it is. It's ominous almost.
He's even got the slicked back hair, dude, too. Yeah. There you go.
Yikes.
Is this a famous photo?
Yeah, so this is the famous photo, and HBO used it for their documentary. But what happened?
How old were they when this was taken? Do you know? Roughly?
Yeah, so yeah. This is when they were like about 19 or 20.
Okay.
This was when they were in college together in Long Beach State, Cal State Long Beach.
I mean, I think if you say like, you know, who's the most famous director of all time, I think a lot of people would say Steven Spielberg. So out of our panel here, do y'all have a favorite Steven Spielberg project? Like
Transformers.
Transformers.
Dark Side of the Moon, if I have to be more precise.
That was Steven Spielberg?
Well, he produced it. Yeah,
he produced it.
Really?
But,
yeah.
Hold on.
Amblin produced that. I think it's DreamWorks too, in Paramount. Oh, so this is behind the scenes of Close Encounters.
Oh, nice.
Well, I'd have to go with Last Crusade because it is a perfect movie. It's one of my favorite movies. So that's what I'd choose on Spielberg.
Yeah.
I would go with Jurassic Park.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, clear. My favorite's Jurassic Park. Clear. My least favorite is Schindler's List. I mean,
Oh, there's some good scenes in there, right?
Yeah, I mean the
Yeah.
first half, her first half really rocked.
Roman, come back, watch that video.
Yeah, click
it's
the link.
wholesome. It's family content.
Yeah, Josh, my favorite dark comedy, Schindler's List. I love it. Watch it every year.
Okay, so this is behind the scenes of Close Encounters. Did you have any stories from that production at all that you can share that are?
No,
secrets?
he didn't give me like any kind of like secrets or anything. But Raj does have a cameo in that movie. He's the cop that drives off the cliff, chasing the UFO. And then he also has a deleted scene that you find on like the Blu-ray and stuff like that, where he writes the report of what he saw with the UFO, and then gets suspended for it. And then his other two buddies who were in the other squad cars, as soon as they see Raj walk off set because he's got suspended, they both yank out their papers out of the typewriter and retype their report without any of the UFO shit in it. It's actually kind of comical scene, but Dreyfuss is in that scene too, because he's filling out a report of what he saw as well, and realizes it's just too crazy of a story and no one's going to believe him. So if you have the Blu-ray to that, he's in the deleted scene there. But yeah, this is behind the scenes of Close Encounters. I think one of the things that he was talking to me about back in the day was how they were shooting the special effects on 70 millimeter, so that when they would put the special effects over the 35 millimeter print or whatever, or the original 35, it gets dumbed down to 35. So there, he was talking about the process of that with me and things of that nature, how they used to do special effects with ILM. And I also think that's where I got the inside baseball on how Spielberg got 10% of Star Wars, is because Lucas visited the set of Close Encounters and he said, your movie is going to be the biggest success of 77. And Spielberg said, no, Star Wars is going to be the biggest success. So they bet 10% of their own film against each other, against each other. And Spielberg won. And that's how he got 10% of Star Wars.
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a cool story.